This is the Stop Wearing My Clothes podcast. I'm Amy.
And I'm Kayla.
One podcast, two
sisters. This is episode number 9, Bachelor in Paradise recap, week 4. 4? It's been 4 hours a week every single week, and we definitely did not know that. So you might have seen on social media, we have changed our days because in our mind it was Monday night, one night, and we'd have it out by Wednesday, but everything is Monday and Tuesday. It's a lot to get through to swipe it out to Wednesday. So that has dominoed also into our regular episodes, our other episodes coming out Monday instead of Friday.
So we're going to do Monday, Thursday now.
Yes, that was a good it's what needed to be said, and it was a great summary of whatever I just said. So I went along. Let's get into Bachelor because this is the types of weeks that I have been waiting for.
And all I have to say is freaking what the crap.
What the crap is right, Amy? I'm trying to be like a broadcaster. I want to save the elephant in the room, Brendan, Piper, Natasha. I want to save that for the last. I want to make sure we get through everything, or if we start talking about them, we'll just get too riled up and crazy. There's going to be no calming us down. Okay. So I wanted to talk about host. There's a new host. What do you think?
Oh, yeah, that was fun and different. And I like that there was a different element that I feel like I don't remember it ever having before with the whole party scenario.
That was, it kind of seemed like a really low budget prom with that in a town with like a population of 600 people.
Yeah, I'm really not quite sure why they acted like, oh, when they walked in, because it definitely was not that cool.
Well,
No, go ahead.
They haven't seen anything but a freaking beach. I feel like a freaking just giant empty warehouse would look good to them.
That's true. I also wonder how they chose, like, I guess just whoever they could figure out to make drama with, but.
I guess, this, it'll always tie back, but it makes me think, how do the casting people not know Chris and Elena, Piper, Brent, those type of outside connections when they hired them? Are they just really good liars, or they just like the drama? It's everywhere. So it's working still casting these people, but I'm just curious if how much they know of people's background, really.
Yeah. Yeah.
Do they just take people's word for it? So that's kind of interesting. Maybe one day we get a Bachelor in Paradise person on. That's our question to ask them. I should write it down.
Okay. I feel like the first thing to talk about that just kind of to get this part over with is the Kendall situation. I feel like they built that up.
They brushed right by it.
Yep.
Brushed right by it. Very weird.
Very confusing.
Yeah. From what I was reading online, it was maybe more of they could have had that conversation on their cell phone in the morning on their way to work.
Mm-hmm.
It isn't, she went to Paradise to get some followers. And, as long as
I don't actually feel that. You think so, Kendall?
That's what I've been seeing. And then I kind of
is that everyone's effing goal now?
Yes, it is. But it just depends on your intentions. And I just feel like her intentions were maybe more on the selfish side compared to if she would have stayed home, Joe's still doing good. Nothing can rock him. But what could her coming really do other than fuck up something that Joe's got going on?
Yeah.
She's just there. If it was just her wanting to find love, go on next season. I don't know. The beginning didn't read right to me.
The beginning of the conversation seemed like she wanted him back. And then he basically said that. And then the end of it was okay, now I want to date other people. You really got there quickly. I'm very confused.
It's not clear. It's not clear. Even when Joe was talking to Serena afterwards, yes, it's pretty obvious, especially in how the very little we've seen of them after this conversation. Mm-hmm. But I lost my train of thought. I couldn't understand Joe. That's all I can say.
Oh, yeah, because Joe was basically saying, like, we're going to need to have some more conversations.
Yeah, it was kind
But-
of unclear, but at the same time, he did say top priority, and since it seemed like that situation's okay, at least for now.
And I love that he said that. I think that is the only reason why it moved forward the way it did, is because he told her that she is his top priority. I think that was gold.
Every fight or breakup that has happened on this show, we could bring it back to communication. Because what, Amy?
Okay. It's all about communication.
Cha-ching!
Okay, and then the other thing we forgot to talk about last episode that kind of played into this episode. Sorry, we're dumb. I guess there was too much going on.
Last week, it was 2 weeks in a row of 2 nights, and I'm just like, what did we get ourselves into?
Yeah.
But we're going to plan now.
Mm-hmm. Noah and Abigail. So, I still am a believer. I think that it's kind of like normal relationship stuff, and it's kind of boring, but it's like, they both are just guarded and they're holding back. And I think she wants some more like intentional ooh la la from him. And he wants that too. But he, like, miscommunication for sure.
Definitely. Yeah, I think we literally forgot about them last week because they're just, I forget they're there sometimes.
Yeah.
Because they're just so boring. But that's actually, I mean, I think I've said it before on here. Like, that means they're going to win.
Yeah, I mean, Jade and Tanner, boring.
Mm-hmm. Oh, so boring.
There was another couple that I even forgot was on. Oh, Raven and
so boring.
Yeah, but they're having a baby.
Mm-hmm.
And Ashley I is having a boy.
How have we not talked about this? I kept meaning to talk about this because we were so wrong. We thought it was a girl because she was like struggling so much in that funny Instagram post. But boy, oh.
Yep.
That's going to be amazing.
And it's so, I guess every time she talks to her grandma's like, are you getting prettier yet? Or something like that.
That's funny.
And she's really not. And I'm sorry to say that. And she knows that too. She would say that.
Just, you know, sometimes pregnancy is really rough on people. I have like friends and stuff that like only had one kid and said it was so terrible that they would never do it again.
Yeah. And then there's people like me that is like, give me all the babies in the world, but I'll just birth them and then I can't keep them all.
There we go. Yeah, so they're back together. Moving on.
Yep.
Kenny, Mara, Demi, Tia. I was a little surprised to see Tia out of the picture so quickly. I thought they had a really good date, but it must have just been a friend thing.
Yeah, I guess so. And or like we really just don't know anything. There could be way more happening than we know.
They have 24/7 footage. We're getting like literally a tenth of what they decide to tell us.
Because in the preview, I guess it could be anything though, really. But in the preview, I feel like Tia is like bawling like a baby. So maybe
she connects with someone.
Or maybe the next episode, Kenny's going to have a talk with her too. And
maybe she's not aware of it. That could be it. Yeah, I liked Tia. I liked seeing her back. And I kind of like when it was like a daybed and it was Becca, Kendall, and Tia. It was just like very like, those are the OGs. They're like the old schoolers, you know?
Yeah.
Especially Becca. Becca, being the Bachelorette being there is like weird. It feels so really weird.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know why I'm so bothered by it.
Well, and I guess it's also like she's put in such a different position. I think it's weird for her too. I think she's bothered by it.
Yeah, like everyone's just like, there's memes of like to Becca because she's like, I've just never not gotten a rose. People are like all rolling their eyes, but like,
it's
look at
true.
her. She's probably never been rejected in her life. Minus
Ari.
And
she literally, well, yeah, that's what I was just going to say.
She got the ultimate rejection.
Rose. She got his rose though. He never didn't give her a rose.
That's true. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm curious. Like her and Thomas, what do you think?
Okay, I'm so conflicted. Do I want to give Thomas the benefit of the doubt? I think I do, but then am I getting blindsided too? Yeah.
He's a crafty one. He is. I saw right through him with Katie's season. Mm-hmm. There's moments. There's moments.
Yeah, and maybe he's just trying, because I think from the beginning he said, like, I feel like I'm not even getting a chance, like, to make anything right. I mean, he's definitely made stupid decisions already, though. But it's also hard to say. Is he only going after Becca because of Aaron?
It could be some like deep
But
and
she went after him.
unconsciously.
She went after him, though.
But we also don't know. Like they said, they kind of hit it off with like the party thing. Like maybe he pursued that more, you know, or maybe like he told producers he wanted to be alone with Becca, and that it was a. Can we talk about that guest list? Like
odd.
That was producer masterminds, and they knew everything, and they wanted Becca and Thomas together. They want this. They orchestrated it like a beautiful symphony. They did. Like, I'm convinced.
But the Kenny thing could have gone both ways, because Kenny was with Demi that night, like they had.
Yeah.
But it didn't work. Because you could just tell Kenny wants
Mari.
But I think he's just scared and nervous and all that, and so he's just kind of. And I don't think he likes attention.
He doesn't know how to deal with breaking. Some people just can't break up good, and are just.
Also, some people can't be broken up with good either.
That's true. It does go both back, or goes both ways.
Demi, that wasn't her best. You shouldn't just. No,
I kind of just feel for her, to be honest. I just feel for her.
She's just so insecure, but she puts on a front of the opposite, and it's just sad.
And it is, because she is like super cool. She's so funny, so beautiful. Like everyone loves her. She just needs to kind of. I think she's got some just inside
emotional stuff. Yeah,
but
and the last time she was on there, she got engaged and went through all that too. So I think she's just going through it right now, probably.
I am excited that she like really just does not give two fucks. Like she'll just be like, for the next preview, her just like yelling at like the people. Like I just really like that she just says what she thinks, and I think that's kind of cool.
And I don't know where we're going next, but I do just want to say, Joe, I think it was the hottest thing I've ever seen in my life, that he was defending another woman that is just his friend, and it was just like, No,
I told Marcus immediately. I'm just like, I've never been so. I already thought grocery store Joe was the dream man. I didn't think there was any boxes that needed checking, or all the boxes were checked. And then I realized there was a box way over here that I didn't even know about.
He's a freaking warrior.
Checked it. He checked it so hard yesterday. So hard.
Okay.
I want to talk more about him.
Okay.
I just like his accent. I just want a little love letter. Thinking of you, Joe. I think you're the coolest. Respect to Serena, who I hope you're with. But I love you both.
And also, he's probably never going to come on our podcast because he probably thinks we're going to freaking like stalk him and
steal him. Chicks in the office posted kind of like a little thing of like saying how much they love Joe. I don't know, maybe not as weird as us, but I don't think too far off. And he reposted it on Twitter.
Oh, well, there you go.
So let's post this shit on Twitter.
Hey, Joe. How you doing?
Can we talk about his full name for a second? We did that last week, didn't we? It's Joseph Anthony Amabile. Like, are you serious?
Please make me some pasta.
That's the freaking life, man. Okay.
Should we go on to talking about Jasenia and Chris maybe for a minute? Are we there?
I was about to go there. And it's kind of packaged up, and I want to talk about that aftermath in the real time. I want to talk about everything. I don't even know where to start, so I'm going to go to you.
Okay, I want to start by saying, because the first thing I wrote is, these guys are ruthless. Oh my gosh, Jasenia walking in on Chris kissing. I was thinking that was going to be the worst. I thought that she was going to see them kiss and she was just going to get sad and upset, and then he was going to come back and be like, da 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 da. Well, nope. That didn't happen. And I feel, I'm having a hard time getting all my thoughts together because I just have so much to say. I feel like I love this episode. All the girl love and support, and then all these guys coming out supporting Jasenia specifically. Like Riley, he was like, and all of them, I love that these people are making terrible choices, and instead of everybody being like, oh, it's okay, like, people are really standing up for what's right, and I am a fan of that. Because I freaking rip my hair out sometimes thinking, like, why do they think that this is okay? It's terrible.
No, and then I do have just like kind of mixed feelings on that though, because they didn't do that for everybody. So
Yes.
let's talk about Brendan and Piper and what they did, because that was the first day.
Okay.
I knew it. I did know it. And we talked about how we knew this whole Brendan Piper. And I think even last week on the recap, I'm like, next week he is going to be in some hot water. He meaning Brendan.
And way worse than I even could fathom.
It went to such a far place that I couldn't even. So I'm just livid. I haven't talked about this out loud. Brendan, he says that she has no prospects. And she was annoying. Did you hear him call her? He was just getting so annoyed by her. Thank God you're here. The thing is, here's the thing. If they were dating before, got together, it worked out, and they were like, hey, cool. Even if they did still broke, or not broke her heart, but like really hurt Natasha. And they're like, you know what? I'm glad we're here because this is like, we want to be on Bachelor in Paradise. We want to be together. But you know what? It just sucks that had to happen with Natasha.
Yeah.
An inkling of it. Like they dug themselves in such a hole.
And are they stupid? That's my other question. Are they actually, like, do they have brains in their head? Because, no, they're microphoned. What do they think they're going to get away with it?
No, it's
like that. My brain cannot understand
and
that
the stupid like scratching thing. Like, do you know how many sound guys and how many cameras are on you? Like, they're gonna subtitle that shit. Like,
or do they really think that like maybe like, well, if we're gonna be bad, we might as well be the worst because then we'll get more attention? But it's not working. They've lost like over 10,000 followers.
Like more or like over 50.
Okay, well, Piper, I think, is more like in the 20s because she doesn't have that much anyways. But I think that Brendan.
Yeah, last time I checked, he was like at 270, and he was like at like the high 300s. And they've both lost 50K or more. And Brendan's even going farther and farther. He's still dropping. And Natasha's over 100,000. And so guess what we did?
We only follow her.
And we will only follow her till the end. To the end. We ride at dawn. Like Natasha for Bachelorette. I've never wanted something so much in my life. I think most of the men options are trash. And we should just have a third Bachelorette season. What normally happens when you have a Bachelor season anyway? Nothing. No couples. You just keep going with the Bachelorettes and you'll get good seasons every time. Like, think about the last season that was a Bachelor season that was good. That's because there aren't any. Bachelorettes just are so much of a better season.
Mm-hmm.
That was a tangent, but we can...
Well, my other thing I wanted to say about their Instagrams, why did they think it would also be... Like, okay, this is the time to do a insightful post saying, we really got caught up in it, da-da-da-da. No. Did you see the captions on their photos that they posted?
They did.
Here for the wrong reasons or blah, blah, blah. I literally screenshotted so much crap because I was so pissed off. Let me find it.
One thing that I think is really cool is that just how strong Bachelor Nation is. Like, it made me just feel like excited that I'm proud that we have like this podcast. I would just like, we get stuff done. I just loved it. It was just like that fan power I haven't seen something like that from Bachelor Nation since like Ari's finale.
Yeah, that's true. So Piper does that rude, like whatever her caption was, that was basically just like kind of making fun of it. But go ahead.
No, go. Sorry, I just got excited.
But then she posts a story. Have you seen that?
Yeah.
I'm going to read it just because I want to.
Do it.
Just a gentle reminder that reality TV isn't real. An edited, produced, and cut down show isn't going to show you every single thing said and done. An edited and produced show can't show you conversations that happened before filming between friends. Are you friends with Natasha? Did you have her in on this? Is that what you're trying to say? Because that's the only excuse you could possibly have, and that's not even an excuse. I make light of this show because it's a lighthearted show. I don't believe in pitting women against each other. I don't believe men are prizes to be won at the expense of someone's feeling. I believe in open communication to get answers, not name-calling on the internet. At the end of the day, it's a TV show. We, the viewers, are shown what makes the best television, just as any show. And folks, what we have here is a very successful show. Okay. You're dumb. That's all I can even say. I can't even say anything else because it's just like, no, the words that came out of you and Brendan's mouth, it was not edited. There's no way it's edited.
No, they can't
You
do that.
said those things.
Mhm.
So yes, maybe there's some magical fake apology that happened in the universe or something. I don't know. But either way, no. It's not. It has nothing to do with editing in the show. It has to do with you two being not good people.
No, I 100% agree.
Okay, but here's what I'm thinking too at the same time though. I've seen a lot of people on Twitter or like different places saying that were there that they didn't even know that these conversations were happening.
Yeah, Tammy,
it's not
I
like
think,
they were
tweeted
all
that.
Yeah, it's not like they were all in the know. So I feel like maybe that has a part in why Chris and I don't even, who the frick are these people?
Angelica? Alana. It's Alana.
Alana. Okay, well, number one, the second that Chris came down, I'm like, he's kind of showboaty. But then I was like, okay, he's with Jasenia, so okay. No, he thinks he's the effing Bachelor. Who is he? Coming down, I know you guys aren't going to agree with this, but I just got no one cares. Just like Joe said, no one cares.
No, really.
Like, who are you?
The difference is both were dating before, both had this plan, and they both didn't care to hurt people in the process.
Yeah.
So the only difference has to be we saw everything of the private conversations between PIEPER and Brendan. And I think Joe mentioned of just like them having like people, I guess what we didn't see were people being annoyed by Chris and like him talking about social media a lot and stuff like that. We didn't get to see that. So they saw the worst parts of the Chris situation and we saw the worst parts of the Brendan one. So I think the worst parts of the Brendan ones, they still aren't even going to fully know next week, but they'll get closer to the real situation.
Yeah, and I mean, because I was like, Natasha standing there at the bar, like, oh, like this is the same situation. I don't know, and I'm like, yeah, girl.
Demi
like,
said something too. She's like, does anyone else see like Brendan's the exact same thing? Like
and they're sitting there talking about it. When they were sitting there talking about it, I'm like, I want to reach through the TV and just rip your vocal cords out. I couldn't even.
Like, how do their brains work? I just don't understand. No, I just don't understand the plan. Okay.
I just want to keep saying dumb over and over again. Dumb, dumb.
Yeah, like if you want to play the villain route, there's just certain lines you can't cross. There's be like a silly villain. Like there's hurting a beloved Bachelor Nation person will never end well for you. And yes, Natasha is newly beloved. I honestly don't remember her from Peter's season. I knew of her from the clickbait one, but I've really like fallen in love with her even before. Yeah, let's just talk about how great Natasha is. Let's stop talking about those busy buddies. I don't think I've ever said busy buddies. She's amazing. I love her. I loved her personality all the way going through and just how she handled herself in that Brendan PIEPER conversation. Like,
I would have gone freaking nuts. I saw another tweet that's like, Bachelor Nation or something, this is what gaslighting is. Like, the way that he was talking to her,
it's ridiculous.
I would have freaking blown it. He was making her feel stupid.
It was all in her head.
Yeah, and like he said that there was no romantic connection, that he said all this stuff, and it's like, No, you freaking didn't.
I have 2 words.
Why?
Selective hearing. I almost blew a gasket. I just feel like also I was seeing memes of like other women posting like, you know, little parts of what Brendan was saying and just being like, every woman ever has had this one type of conversation with a guy. And at least I know I have. And it's just like, it's just.
Yeah, I would have not been able to be as calm and collected as she was. And like, way to go. And even now, she's just rising above it. Like, she's not even like putting in the energy of saying negative things.
Yeah, and she's just posting all the people loving on her. And then she even posted a story that was like making fun of her. Because she like, remember when she does like the laugh? And it wasn't like a crazy girl laugh. Like, you could just be like, I'm about to kill you. It was just literally like, you're just like being silly. Like, this is just funny. Like,
yeah,
this is just, you're silly, you know? And I loved that. I just think she was just so, I don't know, I looked at her profile and she's like a certified yoga person or meditative person.
Ooh.
So I think that must be something in that because it just like, she went yoga mode.
Zen. Yep. Let's rewind really quick because I just kind of want to know what you were thinking when they sat down to dinner, Piper and Brendan.
I'm so glad you brought it up.
That made me want to pee my pants because she's like, what do you, gets all mad. And it's like, his face, he's like, girl, what is your problem?
He was so stressed.
What are you trying to do?
He was just like.
Yeah, and then he just was like, okay, I guess I gotta go now.
Just like this is.
And her response, thanks for playing the game.
Yes, that's also something
evil.
I want to make sure, like, people, yes, Brendan did this specific hurting, but she was okay with it. She knows about it. And she isn't sorry.
And she acted. Go ahead.
And she's sorry.
Yeah. Well, and she acted like she didn't know that he was going to be at Paradise before her. They thought maybe they'd be there at the same time or whatever that meant. But she like was with him.
She dropped him off at the airport.
He left. So she wasn't on the plane, so she had to have known.
Yes, she knew. Yeah, the whole thing is just nuts. And then...
Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
Well, then this exact same thing happened the next day of the episode with Chris and Alana. So it was just like we're still reeling about that, and then it happens with them, and then they get like immediate like revenge. But then there's this. It was just, I have so many, just my feelings are in so many places.
Mm-hmm.
I am tired. That was like, it wasn't just 4 hours of television. I've done that the past couple weeks with Bachelor in Paradise, but 4 hours of that much action. Like, it takes
and anger.
It takes a lot out of you. I feel like I just ran a marathon. So next week we see a sneak peek. We see Tammy crying. We're assuming over Becca and Thomas. I'm assuming they're like continuing going. And
I wonder if they're together now. I just wonder. I don't know.
I remember I told you a spoiler I accidentally saw.
Oh, wait. Piper and Thomas?
I haven't thought about it since everything happened. Wait. But no.
What?
Maybe that was a stupid rumor because this is one more thing I wanted to say. The same day Piper posted that story of like reality TV, blah, blah, blah. Brendan and Piper did not give a fuck and walked no disguises, walked right into a coffee shop together with a bunch of people and everyone taking pictures and like just didn't care about their contract.
Are they going to get sued? Are they allowed to do that?
I think they were just mad at the show and just went in. Everyone TikToked it. It was everywhere. So that means that rumor does not hold up, or that spoiler I thought I heard.
Are we allowed to? So
it's not a real one. So you can decide.
Yeah.
And then I think we see a little bit of Kendall and Joe. Kendall and Joe next week too.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully, like, we get a little bit more of that. Just like, I just want to see either Joe and Serena grow or maybe some fun drama, but mostly that.
Well, did you watch the extra
Kendall and
extra at the
Tammy.
end? Oh,
was it?
no.
That was the second night.
There was one with Serena and Joe, and they were like, she was feeding him weird stuff with this.
That was so cute.
I love that.
Now, yeah, I remember that. I usually watch them 2 hours at a time normally, but this week I did the 4, so it's kind of all blurbed into one.
Yeah. Oh,
Okay.
one more thing. I also loved it when Chris goes to like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm going out on a date or whatever the heck that is, and Jasenia's like, I have nothing left to say to you, and then Abigail's like, badass,
That was so good.
I love that.
Really good. And I also wanted to talk about Joe's post about Natasha. He posted like this really pretty picture of her, and it says no prospects or it's saying something to, like, doing that, and that was just the cutest thing I've ever seen.
Sorry, going back on this, who is Brendan to say that nobody would like her? Like, what?
No, she could have gone with
what?
And I just love that she knows this too. She could have gone with whoever she wanted on that beach that first night.
Yeah.
And just, it's just, he's so selfish. And you could all just see Piper's immaturity also. Like, she's 23. Like, but she's like.
And he's like, she brings Brendan down.
So much.
Okay. Yes and no, because he's also lower than we ever thought he was. So
yeah, like the one from Brendan from Tasha's season, like R.I.P.
Oh,
what?
When Chris goes to get in the car with Alana, and she's like, Chris, this isn't your car. So were they not really as close as it was like coming out to be?
And I don't know. They were just silly.
Yeah, because Chris is like, I'm only going to go when I've left with you. And she's like, we've only been here for one day. Like, what are you talking about? Okay. Let's do it.
Who on the island is most likely to start a fire?
I wish Carl was still there. I feel like
he'd be a good fire starter. I bet he'd be quick too. He'd just karate chop that wood.
Yeah, and just go.
Okay. Who is most likely to go surfing? If only what's his JPJ? If only he was on that beach. Surfing. Kendall. Drinks. You owe me a soda.
That was pretty cool.
Who's most likely to cheat on a test? 1, 2, 3. Brendan. Cheater, pumpkin eater. Who's most likely? Okay. Who is most likely to take a great picture? And unfortunately, it's the same answer for me.
Brendan?
Those baby blues. Am I right?
I know. It's not like we can go around saying he's ugly.
He's
now.
A beautiful turtlenecked man. Do you think the turtleneck's downstairs too? Okay, most likely to talk in their sleep.
Tammy.
I was thinking.
I feel like Tammy would beat someone up.
Do you remember the woman who actually did get a black eye while she was sleeping in The Bachelorette? Michelle Money.
Oh, yes.
So, you said that. I think Tosh. Because she's not on the beach anymore. Oh, yeah. But
actually,
Tosh would say some crazy stuff. Who is most likely to get a weird tattoo? I feel like Kenny has to have a tattoo on his butt. No? Yeah. And I bet it's weird. Like a cube of cheese or something.
What do you think about butt tattoos?
I think it'd be kind of funny because no one would know. And I could just be looking normal and then pants down, my butt's berserk.
Berserk. You're damn girl, your butt's berserk.
So you agree, Kenny? All right. Who's most likely to become bald?
I kind of imagine Demi having a Britney Spears moment.
Okay.
I don't know. Is
It's
that
somewhat
rude?
controversial in the zeitgeist.
What the crap is a zeitgeist?
It's a period of time. Like the zeitgeist of the 20s was like flapper dresses, alcohol, jazz.
That's good stuff, though.
Yeah, it's good and bad. Okay. What else happened in the 20s? War. Bald. Okay. I feel like I really want to think about this. There's no. Okay, I'm going to do a process of elimination. Joe, never. That thick head of hair of his. Brendan. It's Brendan.
I think someone needs to shave his head in his sleep.
There we go.
The ultimate revenge.
Amy, if you need an alibi.
Do you think that you could get arrested for shaving someone's head in their sleep? No, but they welcomed you into their home.
I don't know what the laws are. If any law people are out there, let us know. But they can press charges for something.
For shaving someone's head? I'm your friend. You let me in your house. If I shaved your head, would I go to jail?
Tried to get you there. Who is most likely to get arrested? Mine's Kenny. I feel like
Aaron.
Who?
Aaron.
Like for
I just think he's kind of hot-headed. Yeah, I just think he's kind of hot-headed.
Yeah, it's like he'd be kicked off the football team. I still stick with Kenny. I feel like he's had a lot of weird nights. No?
All right.
No, who's most likely to lose their phone? I went straight to Demi. Maybe Becca.
Yeah. Yeah. Becca, I'm a smitten kitten. Did you see that Thomas posted a meme of her, like her intro, and on her tank top it was like Photoshop smitten kitten, and then Becca reposted it and said like for 0% off use code SMITKIT or something like that.
I'm very curious about them. I'm very curious.
I'm curious of how it's going to play out even just on the show.
Who is most likely to always have a pen? I feel like Chris was that type of guy.
Yeah, but I feel like Joe, he's a grocery store. He's taking sandwich orders. He got one right behind his ear.
Perfect. Those are solid answers. That's all I got.
All right, so our next episode is going to be coming out on Monday, and we have our guest, Chrissy Miller, a.k.a. Raised with Wolves on Instagram. And we just talk about motherhood and relationships within motherhood and how they're affected and some stereotypes, and it's a good time.
And as always, we have our next Bachelor in Paradise recap next week on Thursday. A reminder again, we're doing Monday and Thursdays now for new episodes. If you like this episode and you want to support our podcast, what you can do is go on Apple Podcasts, and do a rate and review.
You also can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Reddit, Twitter, all that stuff. We are always posting new stuff. We're really into making fun TikToks, and
we're also on YouTube. Subscribe, like, and comment. All right, we'll see you guys next time.